Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley live with you right now. We're talking about our News 2 weather impact alert, and reason for today at this point is just tracking some scattered downpours. A couple thunderstorms too. In fact, there's one that's really been causing a lot of ruckus in our southern counties. So what I'm going to do here for you over the next several minutes is just kind of track these storms pretty casually here on the go. So what you need to know, through evening, there's still that potential of some scattered rain and strong thunderstorms. Now, obviously, I've been outside too. I realize it's been a pretty nice day with lots of sun. The forecast changed quite a bit, but we're at the point in time now where we are starting to pay the price for that heat, the humidity, and we are seeing several different strong thunderstorms popping up. And this could be something that we track all the way through 6, 7 o'clock tonight or so. So have the rain gear handy, keep the News 2 app handy as well. And we're storm tracking here for you on News 2 Plus. And of course, we'll have our newscasts as well, 4 to 6:30. So you can just get that weather update all the time, however you would like. I'm going to show you a couple of live views to start out. This is Winston-Salem. Kind of notice the difference from place to place. You have blue sky, but you also have darker skies as well. Temperatures are pretty warm here. We've been in the mid and upper 70s throughout the day. Right around 77 the current condition, and lots of humidity, so that's kind of a change. Yesterday it was cool and cloudy. Right now it's warm and humid, but that's kind of what's causing a lot of these showers and storms. High Point, looking at you, you're getting a little bit of rain here. No big deal with this. This is just basically light to moderate rainfall. We can handle that for sure. But this is about the first time throughout the daytime that it has been producing rainfall in High Point. I want to show you the weather system that we're tracking right now. This is kind of the situation that we're in. Most of the day has been sunny and dry, but now we've started to see, it started back near Charlotte closer to around noon, and now 3 hours later, it's still only barely getting into some of our Piedmont counties, but we have a broken line of showers and storms. So what do I mean by that? You can kind of trace all of this moving in kind of concert here, moving all in the same direction, pushing our way. Now, there's breaks in the action. Not everybody is seeing a storm, but if you do, these are not wimpy storms today. Hearing from folks that have been dealing with these, they're very loud. There's lots of lightning, and occasionally there's some hail too, in addition to that rainfall. So that's kind of the weather setup that we're in right now, is most of us seeing dry weather. But if you're in the line of a couple of these showers and storms, they really are packing a bit of a punch. This is all part of still that swirling low pressure area that's still dominating the weather around the eastern half of the U.S. This is not moving fast. It's already been with us for several days, and it can kind of be shown in a different way. I like to kind of use this when I can. It's our X-ray of the atmosphere, the water vapor loop. There's your low pressure area. Now, yesterday, we were on the humid side of the storm. And when I say humidity here, I'm talking about in the upper levels. I realize it's humid outside today. In the storm system, there's dry air that's getting wrapped in above our heads. And that's why we see some sunshine today. But right now, you're noticing that that's creating a couple of those showers and storms right there on the ground. And boy, is it storming right now in Asheboro. Let's take a live look. We're in Randolph County here. So this is the storm that's been causing the most noise over the last hour or so. When we were here joining you at 2 o'clock, it was moving across Baden Lake, Denton, and Jackson Hill. Now it's moving right through Asheboro. Heavy rain, good amounts of lightning too. Can't rule out some hail with this thing as well. So we're going to spend a little bit of time here in Randolph County and track this storm for you. So again, the path that it's been taking, it moved right from here through central Randolph County, right about on schedule as well. So let's take a little bit of a closer view at this. I'm going to pause the radar. We know the motion is northeast, so it's kind of generally pushing in this direction, which would mean Coleridge, you're going to miss out on most of this. Ramseur, it should clip you. But if we zoom in a little bit more, we're noticing the darker, deeper reds. That's going to be your torrential rainfall right now. So it's really focused in on Asheboro City. And if we go a little bit tighter, let's take a look at some of the points of interest. So right there along, 64, right through the center of town, you got some really heavy rainfall. If you're driving through this at this point, it's just torrential. Your windshield wipers are going as fast as they can and probably not very able to keep up with this. Lightning strikes, they're happening too. Lots of these probably cloud to ground lightning strikes, so there is danger in being outside with a storm like this. Right through the center of town along Main Street as well. This is kind of the heaviest part of the storm right through central Asheboro. So it is a bad thunderstorm. It's not a severe thunderstorm necessarily at this time. We don't have a warning on this, but what's the difference? We still want you to be inside as you're doing this. Now over here, we're closer to the zoo. They've been dealing with this as well. Very heavy rainfall right near the zoo area, and some thunder and some lightning as well. So all of that is impacting pretty much the whole Asheboro area. On the northern side of town, North Asheboro to Randleman, Level Cross, you're going to be kind of on the northern fringe of this. I'll stop moving the radar quite so much so you don't get dizzy, but this is that storm. It has a decent size footprint to it, so it's going to affect a good amount of people. Now, what I'm not seeing right now is any obvious signs of hail. There could be some. We've seen some hail within this storm system back when it was in Denton. Right now, it would appear to me that it's weakening enough to probably, if you have some hail, it would be just pea-sized and not anything that's going to create any damage. If we storm track this for you a little bit more, tracking that northerly and northeasterly motion, Ramseur about 15 minutes from now, maybe about 10 minutes I should say. Liberty closer to 3:30, 3:35 or so, and then from there it would track into Alamance County. This is the strongest storm we have on the board right now across our Piedmont areas. Let's kind of show you a different way to look at this thing. So this is a two-dimensional radar image. How about a three-dimensional slice? So we like to do this when we're kind of assessing how strong a storm is and whether or not it's able to produce any hail. So let's take a look at this. This is the kind of the initial look. I'm going to resize the camera so it makes a little more sense for us. So here we are. Again, central Asheboro is in the middle here. And this storm system, it is about 30,000 feet tall, so that's pretty common for strong thunderstorms. They tend to be about 30 to 1,000 feet in elevation. That's about the level that you're flying when you're in an airplane, by the way, about 30-ish thousand feet or so in a commercial jet. Notice there are a little bit of small indications that there could be some hail. That pinkish color, that usually only shows up when we're producing some of those ice stones inside of a storm. And the way that that works, by the way, is thunderstorm clouds are really, really tall. As you know, it gets colder when you rise up and get up to the top of the clouds. So at some point, you're going to get below freezing, below 32 degrees, and that's where you can make ice. Now, with weather systems that produce a lot of hail, you tend to have a freezing level that's pretty low comparatively. And so today, we're probably seeing some of that hail forming right about here. You also need some upward motion to keep that hail in the cloud. So it wants to fall out, but if you have a wind gust moving upward, it's going to stay in there a little longer. The longer it stays in, the bigger the hailstone can get. That all depends on how strong that updraft or rising wind is throughout the cloud. That's what we're seeing right now. So that's kind of the storm system. Could be producing some small hail, probably not anything damaging, but it is pushing through central Randolph County right now. This is the wider view. So if we take, let me go right back to that. Let's go right back here and show you the loop. So again, this is all part of a broken line of showers and storms. Guilford County, it's been quiet so far. We're noticing some new downpours popping up here on the north side. So there's Randolph County. Be ready for this on the eastern side of Randolph, and eventually that could hold together to come over toward Alamance counties. The main towns that would want to be looking for this in Alamance, probably Snow Camp and the like. So closer to Liberty, again, 3:30 for Liberty. Gramith holds together for you right around 4 o'clock or so. Mebane closer to 4:25, and then Hillsboro by about 4:45. Let's talk about Guilford County now, because that is starting to change a little bit. Actually, before we get to that, there is one severe thunderstorm warning south. So if you're watching us from down in the city of Rockingham, Anson County, Richmond County, Scotland counties, you have a severe thunderstorm warning down that way. And don't want to forget about you in Montgomery. A little bit of a storm popping up here as well. Keep an eye on that. Everybody has the same risks today, but that's kind of, hail mostly, but also the frequent thunder and lightning and the heavy rain is what we're looking at too. Here's Greensboro, Guilford County. What's going on here? Well, we already showed you the light rain falling on our high point weather camera. In Greensboro, well, it's pretty dry in downtown for now, but take a look at this. Downpours, look how fast they formed. They kind of just popped up out of nowhere. This is a pretty short loop, only of 30 minutes. So if you roll back in time, there wasn't anything there at about 2:50. Right now it's 3:10. And we have some boomers. There's no thunder and lightning with this yet, but there will be, I would imagine. So where are they popping up? Right over Bryan Boulevard, also up by Battleground Avenue as you go north of town closer to Summerfield. If we zoom in a little bit more, the heaviest rain is right here. That's New Garden Road. Here's where the target is. This is kind of Bryan Boulevard when it moves right over there through parts of West Friendly and over toward West Ridge Road, I should say. So it's going to be moving over toward Battleground and then eventually toward Country Park and Greensboro Battleground Park as well. Farther off to the north, this is a big storm, or sorry, a downpour that's probably going to become a storm up this way. This is a Pleasant Ridge Road. So this is going to be just past Lake Higgins. Lake Higgins right about here, Lake Brant right about there. That's Burr Mill Park. Here's your heavy rainfall. This is growing. So like I said, it's all formed in about 15 minutes. 15 minutes from now, it'll probably be decently stronger and moving quite along the line. Same idea farther off to the north. If you go up by Summerfield, there's the town of Summerfield. Here's I-73. There's 220 right where it comes into 158. A big downpour right about here. That's growing too. And all of these, they all have the same motion. So they should be moving off to the north and east. So all of these right here lining up along 220, they're going to be moving in this general direction. So not going towards downtown, not going toward the airport. They're moving away from that area, north and east. So that will be clipping places like Northern Guilford High School. You go up toward 150 and the like. That's kind of your neighborhoods that we'll be watching. So keep an eye on this if you're up in Reedsville, for example, or Wentworth. You know, you could get some of this action as it moves up to the north and to the east. These showers and storms could get stronger as they move forward northward, closer to 4 o'clock for Reedsville, Ruffin by about 4:10, Brown Summit by about 3:30, just about 20 minutes from now. So that's kind of the situation in Guilford County. And then farther north we go in Rockingham, a bit of a downpour. Again, 220 is doing something right now. It's like there's some 220 magic. All these are lined right up. And again, none of these are severe. These are just downpours that are forming right now, but they could grow and get stronger, producing maybe some hail or winds as they move along, and lightning as well. So Madison and Mayodan, here they are, not too far from the Walmart here on 220. This is kind of moving all to the north and probably going to get stronger, as we said. So keep an eye on this. If you're in Eden, that could move towards you, Stoneville as well, and that kind of just traces up the line. Farther off to the west, a couple showers and thunderstorms move to the north of Surrey County up toward the Blue Ridge, and they're going to go out of our area. So we're not all that worried about those at this point. Storm risk for today, it's a level 1. It's not a huge risk of severe storms, but something to keep an eye on, that there could be 1 or 2 showers and storms that turn severe. Our tornado risk, it's not high. It's basically close to 0, probably about 1% for our area. There's a bigger chance of that out in eastern North Carolina and the Tidewater of Virginia up by Norfolk or whatever. So take a look at this. This is a picture from that storm that I was showing you in Asheboro earlier today. Now this is from Rachel Calica. She snapped this photo right near Denton, looking toward Denton, I should say. That's the general direction as you look at that storm cloud. And what we're seeing looks very, very spooky for sure. You're probably seeing some outflow from the storm, creating a bit of a shelf cloud here. Not necessarily a tornado. I know it can look spooky when you see something like that. There wasn't all that much rotation, but this is kind of what you're seeing in the sky when these showers and storms are moving your way. This is hail. This is from Denton earlier. I've got a big old typo at the top that I'll fix, by the way. But in Denton, Suzanne Brown snapping this video earlier this afternoon. That was right when the storm was coming through Denton. And you can notice the size of that hail. Nothing that's going to cause damage or dent cars or things of that nature. But these are hailstones all falling out of that same storm that's over in the Asheboro area. Let's get you a Futurecast before we let you go. So this is going to kind of estimate the timing on the showers and storms the rest of the day today. From here on out, we'll watch through about 4 to 5 o'clock or so. Most of the action should wind down by 6 to 7 for tonight. It should be an early night of showers and storms. And then for tomorrow, we're just going to do it again. So it's dry in the morning, but the afternoon, watch out for a downpour or a thunderstorm. It's basically the same kind of weather for your Wednesday. So just going to reset the radar here for you and give you one last look before we let you go. This shower and thunderstorm in Randolph County continues to rock and roll from Randleman to Asheboro down to Seagrove. This is all pushing off to the east. Coal Ridge, you're going to get clipped by this now. It's getting stronger and getting a little bit bigger. And back to Guilford County we go, looking pretty easy going now. Not all that problematic at this time, but keep an eye on things, some downpours and just some more rainfall looks to be headed our way. That's your update of the radar. We're going to let you go for now, but we'll see you coming up at 4 o'clock for the news on WFMY and on WFMY Plus.